say, I'm gonna touch on that too, but going into depth what you just said about Legend of Zelda, um, I had to give it a 10 out of 10 everywhere, man. They did a very good job with expanding the world on Legend of Zelda, and also I'm a big graphics guy. I love them for my games to look realistic, but Nintendo do a very good job at making like games look like cartoons. You know,
Right.
very high power animated games.
Mm-hmm.
I was a lot of people wasn't a fan of Wind Waker the graphics. I was a big fan of Wind Waker the graphics.
Right.
And when I seen that they did the graphics for the new Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, they're gonna base the graphics a little bit more animated like that. I was a little iffy on the charts about it. I was like, because now the first, you remember a long time ago, they I think it was like the end of Nintendo Wii lifespan. They showed an image, a short video image of Link fighting a spider.
Right.
He looked it real.
No, yes. Well,
You remember that video?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was expecting for Breath of the Wild to look like.
Okay.
So when I seen it look like this highly animated, I was like, I want to see Link fight that big ass spider again. I want to see that, man, look like that. But after getting the game and actually seeing it when it came out, the graphics was amazing. I fell in love with the graphics, and then the sound of it, man. There's some very good peaceful music on there. Zelda always do a good job with really good sound effects and music wise. Controls, I'm still having a hard time with controls. I can't get a controls a 10 out of 10, but the controls is very different.
Right.
It all depends on what you're playing on, either the Switch or the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
I currently have it on the Wii U, and the controls is a little iffy. Now the Switch, I put the thing in my hand, man. It's about this big. I have long fingers, so I have a hard time at controlling that joystick. I don't know how I feel about that.
No, I can understand that.
But that Pro joystick is pretty nice.
Yeah.
But even that is a little kind of small. But overall, man, Legend of Zelda, I feel like they do deserve Game of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
And did you see the new DLC?
Yes, I did. And that motorcycle.
Yes. Follow me on Anchor, because I spoke about the motorcycle the next day. I think it was, I made a joke on Anchor about it, but I call it Breath of the Wind.
Yeah.
Because he's on the motorcycle and the wind is blowing past him. So I made a joke about that, but that's pretty cool. But that lets me know that Nintendo is willing to expound on their games that they already have.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo's not known for doing DLCs.
Mm-hmm.
So for them now doing DLCs and expounding on the games that they already have, updating their game, that makes Nintendo itself a lot more interesting and willing for people to invest in even more, because they're willing to put more into the games that are already out.
Right.
So and rumors that they already started working on, well, it's official now. They're working on the next Zelda already.
Okay.
So
good.
That's really good.
Yes.
That's
the
really
reception
good.
behind it, man.
And
They're gonna give us something beautiful.
That's really good. And it's good to see Nintendo do very good. And the Switch is doing pretty good numbers. And for them already working on The Legend of Zelda, that's going to be great, man. And I'm interested to see, are they going to take the cartoon kind of road towards it, or are they going to give us that old video they showed? Are they going to make it look like that?
Mm-hmm.
And how are they going to do the story mode? That's going to be pretty interesting too. But I feel like whatever they do for the next Legend of Zelda, I feel like they gonna make up for the things that they could have fixed in Breath of the Wild,
Right.
and different ideas they could have had for that. They're gonna add all of that into the next game. Or at least that's what I'm hoping for them to do.
Yes.
Now for moving on to Mario Odyssey could have got that Game of the Year award,
Right.
but it just came out in October, so no way you're gonna sneak up and get that game award. But have you played Mario Odyssey?
Yes, I own it, and I have it on the Switch.
You got to talk about it, because I haven't played it yet, so I
is.
can't give you too many details. We'll break it down for them.
All right, so let me go ahead and break this down by saying this is my favorite Mario game since Sunshine, if I had to guess. Yeah, that going all the way back to Sunshine on the GameCube days, man. As far as 3D Marios go, they took what they tried to do in Galaxy. They took what they had back on Super Mario 64 back in the day, and just I don't know, improved it in every single facet possible. You're talking about from the level design, the replayability, the actual characters, the story, the fun jokes that they're able to throw in. You have some genuine moments that you haven't felt in gaming quite a while. And that's what the Nintendo's always known for, is connecting us with the characters and being able to make us feel these things. But not only were they able to capture that in Super Mario Odyssey, but they were able to multiply at times to levels that they haven't been able to do before. I'm telling you, when the ending scene of Super Mario Odyssey is something that's so iconic, it's gonna stick with you like your old school memories of the N64 and NES days, man. That's what this game is for a new generation. So when we're having this conversation 20 years from now, and you have a young guest on the show, this is the game that he's gonna be like, this is the thing that got me into it. Super Mario Odyssey. So I recommend it to anybody and everybody, because it is made for anybody and everybody.
Now let me ask you a question. What you just said, you said the ending?
Yes.
Oh, spoiler alert!
No. There were no spoilers there, man. There were no spoilers there. I didn't want to tell you anything that happened. I'm just saying.
I want to know
what happened in it is just it'll stick with you. It is the reason why I'm currently replaying it. So that's what I'll say.
Wait, so how long is the game?
As long as you want it to be, because what you need to pass each level is just a small fraction of what they offer at each level. So like you collect moon stars or moons basically instead of stars, like you did in Galaxy. So you'll go ahead and get 10 per level, but of course the level has like 45, 50 in them. So and depending on what tools you have available, it has a lot of replayability, because you'll go to one world, gain a new power, and then be able to revisit the past 4 worlds that you already beat and use that power to be able to get to new areas and access items and NPCs that otherwise you wouldn't meet. I'm not trying to spoil anything, of course.
Yeah. now, what you just said, you can go back to previous worlds and open up newer areas. So they have, let's say, I got map 1 here. Map 1 has other parts of it that you can't explore when you first go to it.
Parts that, I'll say like this, parts that you may have not noticed because you don't have the potential power, particular power that you would need to notice it. For example, there's a power that allows you to use basically magnetism, and you can utilize that in certain levels. But unless you have that power, there's no way you'll know that you can move these certain particular items. So like that level of creativity that makes you think, I wonder what else I missed in my previous worlds. When you ask me how long it takes to beat it, it could be in a relative 15, 20 hours for some people. For others, it could be 50 to 100. It just depends on how much you want to explore and how in depth you want to get into each world. Because the level of creativity in each one is something that's mastered, I'll say, for Nintendo.
Okay, and going back a little bit, I heard you mention Sun. What's the other one?
Sunshine.
Sunshine and Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Sunshine, it was no lie. I like the Sunshine. I didn't like it when it first came out.
Right.
Because I had Sunshine 1. I didn't like it when it first came out. But as I started to play it, I started getting into it. And I ended up liking the game. And it was pretty cool. I just thought it was weird. It was very, very weird and corny with the water gun.
Yeah, it was a different tangent from Mario back then. No, for sure.
But it was pretty cool though once you actually get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Now Galaxy, I never owned Galaxy, but I played Galaxy and it was pretty tight too.
Right.
Going from different like moon and different planets and whatnot. That was pretty cool. And I heard you mention both of those. So this Mario kind of conjust all of those Mario, something from those old games. They kind of put all that together in this one.
Yes, it's not. I'm not going to say it's going to beat Super Mario 64 because that would be crazy. I got people who would have me on their watch list. You know what I mean? That being said, it definitely takes from all the 3D Mario. So any of the 3D Marios you may have played in your past. It takes what is to be the best aspects of each one and then improves them even more. Like I said, I wasn't trying to use hyperbole or like really exaggerate anything, but like when I say this game is going to be iconic, when we're looking back in the past, it's just like what got people into it. This is going to be one of those titles that people are talking about forever.
Yeah, because people are still we look at what they did with the older consoles, Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo
and the NES.
Yeah, the NES. We're still talking about those games. We're still wanting to play those games. Now, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back. We still live on Twitch, though. I'm going to stop it here.
Gotcha.
Another show. Now, since we live on Twitch, I'm going to just stop it. Y'all get behind the scenes and everything. Say hello to the Twitch world, man. It's what we broadcast.
What's going on, Twitch world? How's it going?
Actually, I remember last time we was broadcasting on Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Hey y'all, this is him.
Well, shoot, I'll show you how to get some butt here later on.
Yeah, man. This segment, we're gonna go with, now we're talking about Super Nintendo and Classic NES. We're gonna go more into that lane.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna do it, but I wanted to stop though because that clip long as shit. That was good. That was a good take though. So after that commercial break, I'm gonna jump right back into it with this segment. We're gonna talk about the classic NES, and shit. That just picking up that baton like we were just doing.
Okay.
So running from there. It was going live on Live Now. I stopped it. That was like a 11-minute show. Then now we're going live on Twitch.
Okay.
Kind of bouncing around everywhere.
No, I got you.
Hey, we both been going live here, but I said, fuck it, we're gonna make some work. Go live here. That's what you call hustle.
No, without a doubt.
What's good, world? It's boy Mastermind Man, and we are back with more RGTV.
Orlando here, trying to give you the ones and twos when it comes to anything and all things gaming.
Oh yeah. Now, man, if y'all didn't check out the last episode, we was talking about Mario and Zelda. But we're going to change gear a little bit and touch a little bit more on the hardware. The classic NES and just the classic NES itself. Now, did you see the Sega? Sega came back out with their own. They brought the console back out.
Yes, and I'm happy that they did because not only did they do that, but they were able to give us an original cartridge so I can play my old Genesis games in there too. So that's what Nintendo should have done with that classic. Because instead of trying to market another NES Classic in 2 years from now with new games, I should have been able to just put in any other old games I had in my attic and just plop them in there like Sega did. So kudos to Sega for doing that and giving us wireless controllers.
Oh shit!
Shots
I didn't know that.
Shots
Shots is fired. Damn Nintendo! I didn't know that. Now going into detail, so Sega they have the you can put your old cartridges in there.
Yes, they have a slot that any of the old Sega games that you have, any of those Genesis games you got sitting in your closet, you can go and plop those in and play with your wireless controller. And that's kudos to them and their engineering.
Bro, I did not know that. Cause now touching on the classic NES, the controller, the length of it, the wire is like 5 feet.
No, it's abysmal, man. It's maybe shorter than that. Like
it's really short.
Yes, they want you to ruin your eyes.
that is crazy, man. Now you see how companies are starting to re-release their old hardware.
Right.
A lot of people are saying, well, okay, hey, y'all gonna re-release that? Re-release 64.
Yes.
GameCube.
Yes.
Man,
the big ones.
If they do that, that would be epic. I would definitely go out and buy it. I may or may not, because I actually still have my old 64.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I still have all of my old consoles.
Rightfully so.
Yes. So, but if they do that, they would have to learn from what you just said about Sega.
Yes.
I'm going to need them to have wireless controller. I didn't know Sega had wireless controller. I'm going to need them to still be able to use the cartridges and still have the games built into it. So you have the best of both worlds. Like the classic NES, they have the games that's built into it,
right,
but they don't have that cartridge slot like you were just talking about. So if 64 is able to do that, basically combine that idea they already have with Nintendo and with Sega idea, put those together, that'd be perfect.
No, without a doubt. And I pay money for it. And if you're willing to actually invest into that technology and innovate that system that we already love and make it something that we will never forget, I'll pay the $99.99 or the $129 that they'd probably be asking for it, just because not only would it be a console I can have nostalgic feelings on and play those old games, but anything I still got, if I can still play those too, those GoldenEye cartridges are still sitting in my closet too, man.
True.
So
true.
I'll get my old Odd Job hat out and start tossing that thing out any day I want.
True. Now with GameCube, they had the little small CDs. That would be pretty cool too. GameCube was another classic hardware that Nintendo did a very good job at. So if they re-release GameCube, how would you think? How would you feel about them doing that?
I want them to desperately. They can go ahead and give me the wireless controllers. I forgot what they were called back in the day, but they give me those again too. I'm not sure.
What you're talking about.
Yeah, it starts with a W, man.
I know what you're talking about.
I can't place it just because I'm on the spot. But that being said, it's win something. Anyway, that being said,
I can't think
give me go ahead and give me the system if you want. I'm afraid they're not going to because of how recent it is compared to the other ones. I think they think they can still make money off the original property, and they're gonna do what Nintendo does and hold out until they can make more money, which is what they tend to do. So they'll hold out, give us another NES classic in another like half a year to a year. They'll start teasing the N64. We're gonna get hype into anything and start talking about it for hours on end, and then we'll see where we go from there. But just because of the market online and whether it's second party or not, hand to hand, person to person, those GameCube games are still selling, man. That's someone who just paid $40 for Melee a few months ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
If you need to settle beats, you do it in Melee.
True. Now I feel like if they do GameCube, it's like you said, it's not gonna be until probably 2022 or something.
Right.
A long time from now. Now, still staying in that classic lane. What about PlayStation 1?
Yes, I'll take
How
that.
do you feel about that?
Give me the first party games. Give me my Spyro, my Crash Bandicoot, Medieval, which they just announced on PS4, which was a pretty big shocker at PSN or PSX, excuse me.
Yeah.
But definitely something that can be there. Now, I don't think they're going to take the approach of leaving the disc tray in there so you can play your old games. I honestly they'll do the NES approach and just put a few games on there.
Yeah.
But if Sony's willing to make that step and apply to or appeal to the nostalgic market, the people who want to play these old games that don't have a way of playing them anymore, there's nothing but money and money to be made there.
Now, that would be great, but I feel like Sony won't do it because of the fact I'm going to run down a little bit of Sony history too, and that's going to explain why I feel like Sony won't do it. Just the mere fact that we finna bitch on Sony for a second. I love y'all, but I got to talk about y'all. Just because the mere fact, you have the PlayStation now.
Right.
I still got all my PS3 games.
Mm-hmm.
And for PS4 not to be backwards capability, a lot of people was worried about that when PS4 first came out, but over time we got over it.
Right.
But once Xbox started to come into the race, and now that all of the Xbox, even not all of the Xbox games, but most of the Xbox games is backwards capability with the X, and if I'm not mistaken, the S too.
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah. So when they got into the race of backwards capability later on in their console lifespan, and PlayStation is charging us for PlayStation Now to replay PS3 games and I think some PS2 games, maybe.
Yeah, they got some classics.
That right there was like, I feel like a slap in the PlayStation fans' face. But we kind of got over it. But it still would be good to have PS4 backwards capability.
You want to know how you solve all this? You want to know how that you remedy the situation? I'm a PlayStation Plus subscriber. You're a PlayStation Plus subscriber. If you're a PlayStation 4 fanatic or enthusiast, you probably already are. Why am I paying per year and not getting... I'm not saying give me all of PlayStation Now. I'm not saying that at all because that's too many games. But give me two a month, just like you do for free, that I can keep with as long as I have Plus. But let me play those old school games for 30 days like Nintendo's trying to do with the Switch or like they did with the 3DS for a little while. Give me that type of immersion so that when I do want to have that nostalgic feeling, I can go ahead and check to see, what do they have going on this month? Oh, okay, Medieval's free right now. Let me play that because I'm already a PlayStation Plus member. Don't spit in my face and tell me to pay more to play old games that I already paid for once before.
Yeah. So you can understand where I'm coming from.
No, without a doubt.
But that would, I didn't think about that. That would be pretty good too. Mm-hmm. The same way how the PlayStation Plus, how they have those games, and I can say on the record, Xbox have a better selection of games. I must say.
As far as going back in the past?
No. I'm talking about for games coming out free.
Oh. Okay, we can talk about that. I get it because we're
gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that. But that idea of PlayStation, like you just said, coming out with, give us some old games for free if you're a PlayStation Plus member. That would be pretty dope. Mm-hmm. Instead of just giving because they give us PS3 games for free still,
right?
And even Vita, if I'm not mistaken, Vita games is still free. So I mean, if they doing that, I feel like they can, offer up those games on PlayStation Now, like you just said, and be able to play that.
Mm-hmm.
that wouldn't be a bad idea.
No, not at all, man. I think it can tie it in, and not only you can still keep now for the people who want to be able to pay for it and actually have access to all the games that you offer, but just to be able to throw a couple bones out there a couple times a month, that'd be nice just for the general fan, the people who have been here since the PS3 started the PSN network.
Yeah, especially if they don't give us backwards capability.
Right.
So if
well, they already said they're against it, sadly.
Yeah. So if they don't give us backwards capability, at least give us similar to what you just said.
Right.
Now, going off into what I just touched on a little bit, Xbox Gold games versus PlayStation Plus games, round one.
Okay.
I feel like Xbox is better, man. They give a better selection of free games than PlayStation, man.
Gotcha.
Because for the month November and even I think December, the best month they had was when they gave out Metal Gear Solid for free. And
okay, yeah.
That was back in
September or October. Yeah, that sounds right.
That was one. I already had Metal Gear Solid, but I downloaded that just for the hell of it.
Mm-hmm.
That game was the best game that they gave out for free on PlayStation.
I don't know. I'm gonna hit you with something that I think you
go
forgot.
ahead. Just go. This
is how I feel. So Xbox on a consistency basis, I think gives us better games. I will say that. Because I think going back in their catalog, they're willing to give away their bigger titles. That being said, I think you're forgetting about games like Rocket League that debuted on PlayStation after the hit PC release on Steam, and they gave it to us for free.
Rocket League for free?
Rocket League was free. I'm not sure if you had a PlayStation 4 when I was talking about it, but the summer after it released, or not summer, excuse me, the fall after it released, it was like September or August or so, they gave away Rocket League for completely free for everyone on PlayStation who was a PlayStation Plus member.
Shit.
So my addiction that I still play 4 years later on my console and on my PC was all started by that free release.
Oh.
So the fact that they're willing to take a risk is what I like about PlayStation, because while Xbox will give you better games because iconically, ratedly, and critically, they are better as far as reviews go. PlayStation are willing to give out first party IPs like not Metal Gear Solid, like gosh, what is that game called? Oh my gosh, Grow Home. They're willing to give you new experiences that are just coming out, games that have been out for a month or less for free, just so that you can get immersed into it. And that's a huge risk, and that's why I don't think they pay off as much as Xbox. But it's definitely something that I appreciate, because as much as I want to go back and be able to play Darksiders on Xbox 360 for free, I'm not going to go back and do that because I've done it a bunch of times with the remaster as well. But if you want to give me a new game and like say, hey, I know this may not be for you, but hey, at least give it a try. I'm willing to appreciate that.
True. I respect that point of view. You know what I'm saying? I ain't look at that point from that side of view. But I guess just, you know what I'm saying, they do that. A lot of also a lot of indie games, like you said, they're not afraid to take that approach of giving those games away for free, which is, I respect that.
Right.
That's pretty cool. That Xbox, man, they got some games they've been giving away for the past month, man, is pretty cool. And speaking about the online services, man, why is it that, well, I kind of know why it is, because all the fucking service is Microsoft service.
Right.
So Microsoft go and get the first bitch at any type of online services. But from the fanboy side, I'm looking from the outside, standing in, looking at both sides of the fans. Xbox fans is hollering at PlayStation fans, say, hey, our online play is better than y'all's. Our chat community is better. We don't lag as much when we're playing Call of Duty. We just don't lag, period, like PlayStation. PlayStation got all types of chat problems, lagging issues, servers go down, y'all shit get hacked. Everything, it's just, PlayStation Network is just kind of shitty.
It's been playing catch up.
It has. It's been a lot better now, but from the outside looking in, I kind of noticed that, because I know a lot of people that have Xbox and play Xbox. I personally don't have an Xbox. All my stuff is PlayStation, but I do kind of notice the difference in the network. And I'm not sure how much they pay online with the online. When you pay online, it's $49, $59.
You talking about for Xbox?
Yeah.
Same price.
Same price?
So, yeah, PlayStation used to be $10 shorter for a year. It used to be $49. They went up to $59, I believe, last fall, right before Christmas. Pissed a lot of people off. But now it's completely equal. $24.99 for 3 months, $59 for a year.
Yeah. Now, how do you feel about online pay versus, back in the day we had to play.
Don't nobody want to pay for anything, man. Yeah, like, that being said, I respect it because they're willing to give us the free games every month. They're willing to give us exclusive. Because
before they wasn't doing it.
No, exactly, and they were just charging us. And they're like exclusive betas, like Monster Hunter World, that new game. You got to play that for free for like a whole week if you have PlayStation Plus.
Killing Floor,
man. These are the experiences that you get from paying for. So now that it actually seems like it's validated, like my money's not going just into their pockets or going into improving the network, which was complete shit for a while. We're talking about PlayStation. I'm happy to see it, or at least I'm not gonna say happy. I don't mind seeing it.
Yeah, and that's why I asked the question, because I know before a lot of people had problems with having to pay to play online, but it's starting to get normal now. Now Nintendo is trying to get into that race,
right?
So I mean, it's like no.
They delayed it. I'm curious why they delayed it. Is it ready? Or do they think they can offer enough? I'm not sure if that's something. As a Nintendo Switch owner, I'm not sure if I'm ready for Nintendo to say, pay me for monthly service. I'm playing Mario Kart Online. That's it. The rest of it, my Mario Odyssey, my Fire Emblem game. Exactly. So me paying monthly just to play Mario Kart is something that you really need to justify. So give me some free games. They already said they're going to give us some classics once a month. The same thing I want to recommend for PlayStation, if you recall. But like, just deliver on that promise. And they already said they're going to do it for cheaper. So we'll see what happens next year when they debut it.
Yeah, that's going to be real interesting. I know on a previous episode we was talking about Nintendo. Nintendo and YouTube issue they got going on.
Right.
Nintendo is trying to start their own streaming service. Mm-hmm. So what I think is going to happen is they're going to start the online services. You have to pay for it. They may give you a free game. What I feel like Nintendo should, if they don't do this, they should do this. Nintendo, pay attention. They should do this. Learn from Sony, Microsoft, and put their ideas together. For us, when I say that, meaning if you're gonna charge to play on for people to play online, give us like you said, mentioned before, a classic game, a free game,
right.
Network, chat room, and all that. Make sure all that stuff is down packed and good to go. If you're gonna start your own broadcasting services, I'm still a little pissed at you about that, but that's fine. Have your broadcast services correct, ready to go, no crash issues. Because by Nintendo being fresh out the gate, by playing or getting bigger into playing online and dealing with chat rooms, they're new to a lot of this stuff.
No, without a doubt.
So, I mean, our first expectations is like they're gonna fuck up because they're new to this land.
Everyone I've talked to about it is, hey, I'm gonna wait and see before I pay for it.
Yeah.
Now I don't know many people who are just like out the gate. I'm gonna give them the $9.99 per month so I can see what they're gonna give me. I want to be able to see, is it working? I don't want to have to pay for a month and then have to get a refund 3 months later because of a class action lawsuit. So Nintendo, just make sure that you got your stuff together so that we're here together in this as a family, as you keep on saying.
Yes.
All right. I don't need any crazy uncles getting drunk on Thanksgiving.
Yes. That is what I hope Nintendo, like I said, take the pros from Xbox and from Xbox and PlayStation and combine them with their online play service. That'd be great, but I'm used to paying to play online, but honestly I hate it. But like you said, everybody wants some shit free. So,
right, no, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But
so if you're gonna make it worth the experience, it's okay. I'm willing to invest because you've been here from thick and thin and throughout my life. I love Nintendo. Shout out. But if you're not gonna make sure that it's working top notch, if you're not gonna give us some incentive to keep paying every month, then best believe I'll drop that and put up Mario Kart as quickly as can. Yeah. And I'll just start playing against computers because I don't really care enough to invest in that I guess merger, merger of ideas at least.
Now speaking of merger ideas, you don't want to miss the next episode. Man, we're gonna talk about something great: cross-platform.
Okay.
We're gonna jump right into it, man. We're talking cross-platform, and this your boy Mastermind
and Lando here.
Don't worry, we can edit that, my friend.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And nothing.
Hey, but man, we talking cross-platform, man. Last show we was talking about Nintendo. playing online, online services versus Microsoft and Sony online services going head to head. Talking about a bunch of stuff, man. Ooh, you calling me live on the show, but it's okay though. We're gonna talk about cross-platform, man. How you feel about cross-platform? Do you feel like that should have been happening?
Yes, we're too late. Not too late. Not gonna say that. We are later than we should be because of greed. Let's just be real here. Everyone wants to get their money. Everyone wants to keep their money, and everyone wants to keep their properties. The moment you start merging together is the moment you start having to have doubts against who you're working with. So from two companies who have been complete enemies from day one, talking Sub-Zero, Scorpion type stuff right here. It's going to be kind of hard for them to take that step forward and be like, hey, let's get together. Even if it's on games like Rocket League that don't even matter to them, games that aren't even first party, they're hesitant or against it. Just to go back in history for anyone who doesn't know, PlayStation came up to Xbox and offered to do this long ago. Xbox wasn't about it. Now Xbox is making headlines because they said that they want to have work together like they did with PC for Rocket League with PlayStation. Now PlayStation's hesitant about it. So we're going to keep having this back and forth until eventually we get a game that is big enough of a name or has enough money to be able to merge the two together. But and until that point, we can just keep on pushing that PC angle and really get cross-platform together between systems at least. Until we get that Xbox and PlayStation family working together.
And see that's crazy because like you said, PlayStation offered it a long time ago. PlayStation was doing cross-platform with PC on Final Fantasy back in I think 2014. It was a minute ago, but they was doing backwards. I mean not backwards, but they was doing cross-platform. And for speaking about Rocket League, like you just mentioned, on the Switch, they're bringing cross-platform. So you're going to have Nintendo playing against Xbox, PC maybe, if I'm not mistaken.
Now, PC for sure. Did they announce Xbox as well?
They did, yeah.
Okay.
There's going to be Xbox and Switch players on Rocket League playing against each other.
Okay.
That's going to be pretty smooth. And thinking of another cross-platform, and it's another game, not Skyrim. There was another game they was talking about doing some cross-platforming for, but PlayStation turned them down for it.
Okay.
But that's what it's looking like. A lot of games Xboxes want to do cross-platforming for, but PlayStation don't want to get into that. It was a Bethesda game, I know. Now I'm starting to think about it. With mods. Remember back in the day with the mods? PlayStation banned the mods, like Fallout 4 mods and stuff. Xbox, they say, yeah, go ahead, have the mods and everything. So Xbox is kind of giving the thumbs up for mods, cross-platform, and they're all open for that.
Right,
PlayStation, PlayStation is now kind of shutting down. But I'm starting to wonder, like, why? Because they extended the olive branch first, but now they're slapping it down. Like, screw you, you guys were mad. Like an old girlfriend or something. I'm mad at you because you turned me down. So maybe I'm interested about that.
I like to think that Windows and Microsoft, their partnership it's a little bit easier. Sony gives up a lot more in their identity when they decide to partner up with Microsoft. So I think they now are a little bit hesitant, especially with Microsoft on the upswing of things. Because back when Sony was originally trying to offer this olive branch, if you will, it was back when Microsoft had the worst E3 of their life. That was back when right before the launch of the Xbox One, when they were making a whole bunch of promises and disappointing a whole bunch of people all simultaneously. So Sony came out on top then. Now that Sony is seeing that Microsoft is on the upswing a bit, while they may need to work on some first-party games, this is another conversation. They, as far as their marketing, as far as their PR, they are in a different place than they were a few years ago. And Sony's scared of that, so they're going to be a little bit hesitant to keep their own identity and keep that separation there until we get to that point.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, like you said, first party games, we're gonna jump on into that.
Okay.
Xbox versus PlayStation, they're AAA. I say AAA title games. PlayStation definitely winning with that.
Dominating. Yeah.
I can name. I'm gonna start naming some, and you just name the rest of them. Last of Us.
Yeah.
Uncharted.
Yes.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
I always get that name wrong. That's 3. They got so many, man. God of War. Crash Bandicoot now, they remastered that.
Right. Detroit Become Human.
Oh, that's exclusive?
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Yeah, that's
sure
Sony Life,
is.
man.
They sure is. What? That's 6.
Which one?
That's 6 of them.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo,
Yeah.
which is something that nobody played, but the game looked absolutely beautiful.
Forza took the crown. That being said, it's
Yeah.
a good game, but yeah, you got
Yeah.
a point there, man. People are hesitant to pick it up for some reason.
Yeah.
But
That's 7.
Sony's willing to invest into other companies as far as developers go. I think Microsoft's problem is they want to keep everything in house, and if they can't keep it in house, then they're willing to buy you out most of the time.
Yeah.
So the developers who are trying to get their start, who are trying to make these new games, are looking at Sony like, oh, this is a partnership. This is a relationship between, two companies for the benefit of both. Well, Microsoft is just like, hey, give us your baby and we're gonna raise it.
Yeah.
And that's not what you can do. That's not what
Yeah.
that's not what they want. Because that is their idea. That is their child. That is their property, and they're willing to take it away. And look at what happened to Master Chief because of it.
Yeah.
So if you want to be able to make a name for yourself and then be able to continue that name, people are looking at Sony like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
But until Microsoft realizes that not everyone wants to be tied up first party with Microsoft and Microsoft alone, you're not going to be able to get these exclusive games anymore. That's why you're losing things like Street Fighter. As Mitt's review to Street Fighter V was, it being on Sony is definitely part of the reason because of what Microsoft did with Killer Instinct. They wanted to focus on that one party game, and that's what they're driving home. So you can go ahead and do that, but just know that you're going to alienate a whole bunch of different developers, a whole bunch of different companies because you aren't willing to invest in their property outside of your vision.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, like you said with Street Fighter, now that Nintendo is back in the mix, do you because you heard about the Street Fighter that's coming on the Switch?
Yeah, the throwback.
Yeah, definitely pretty interested. Now, we was just talking about PlayStation versus Xbox. They're AAA title games. Nintendo has some AAA title games too.
And they've been on the slow come up, and people aren't noticing them.
Yes.
That's dangerous.
Yes, it's very dangerous.
They just sold 10 million units, man.
Yeah. And they got the game of the year. So we just named 7 PlayStation. I'm pretty sure it's probably more. Before we name Nintendo, let's name Xbox. You got Halo, Gears of War.
We'll see. No, I don't mean like that. I just mean I wonder if we're getting more, man. That may be dead in the water. They got Sea of Thieves, the pirate game.
That's 3.
Of course,
PUBG now.
Yeah, PUBG for now. That's what I'll say. Sony's gonna get it now. There's no way.
I hope Sony get that.
They have to.
I really hope Sony get that.
They're gonna delay it. Microsoft will have it for a year or so. Get some exclusive content.
So.
You'll be able to wear an Xbox hat or some shit. But no. Sony's got to get in that.
Yeah.
There's too much there.
You got PUBG for now. Well, that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of no more really. Crackdown.
Yeah.
That's 5. You have was it Fable? They
kind of exactly. They kind of butchered that themselves. And then that Dragon something that got canceled too. Like this is a problem with Xbox, man. Is they do try to invest in new properties, but they end up killing them off somehow. Or I shouldn't say that. They end up dying in their care. Every time I hear about Microsoft getting some other new developer on their team, I'm like, okay, but will I actually see this game? And for some reason, it seems like whenever someone goes under Microsoft's wing, things just get a little out of array, and then they just disappear.
Yeah.
Things get canceled, things get delayed, and then eventually get canceled, or they come out and they just sink.
Yeah. Speaking about delays, you remember Crackdown, the new Crackdown, that got delayed.
Yes. Highly excited for it. A huge fan of 2 if you ever had a chance to play it.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible superhero, super soldier mix game. It's the Captain America game I never knew I wanted. So just give me 3 and the details and the graphics and the story look appealing. I love the first trailer from a couple E3s ago. I'm still hype off of that trailer. I just want to be able to get confirmation that we're actually going to be able to get it.
Yeah.
Or even if you, I hate to say it, have to abandon Xbox One for some reason, which I don't think you do. The Xbox One X is more than powerful enough to handle anything. Just make sure that you commit to releasing something, because I'm tired of getting Xbox promises and then not getting anything delivered.
True. Now we're going to name Nintendo AAA games. This would be good right here.
Yeah, name any Smash Brothers character and they got
pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And we talk about this a lot on RG, man. Is Nintendo has a catalog of characters and games out the ass. Like, let's start naming them: Mario, Legend of Zelda, Donkey Kong, Kirby.
I love the pink dude.
Kid Icarus, which they hadn't brought out a Kid Icarus game in so long.
That 3DS game, we don't talk about it that much for rightful reasons, but you know, it's still fondly looked upon by some people.
Yeah, that's 5. You got Star Fox, that's 6.
Yes. Give me a new Star Fox game, please.
Yes.
The Metroid, gotta love Metroid.
You got Metroid, that's 7. Animal Crossing, which is doing absolutely very good on mobile.
Yes, it's killing it right now.
Yeah.
And the microtransactions are good for the company, but that being said, the game itself is just entertaining, it seems like. Now, me personally, I don't get into mobile games as much because I know that I get into mobile games, so I'm not trying to spend that money for a new gopher. But the Animal Crossing's definitely been selling like crazy, man. And the people who are into it are highly into it, just like the people who are into Age of Empires and Clash of Clans and things like that.
Yeah, they heavy in that. I think there's 8 games so far just named.
Right.
Any more? Am I missing any of?
I know there are, man. I'm trying to think off the top. Fire Emblem, of course, is another one. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of what I had.
I want to say I was finishing Luigi.
Oh well, yeah, Luigi's Mansion too.
Luigi now has his own catalog.
Yeah, so
hell, even Toad got his own game.
Yeah, Captain Toad's new game.
Yeah, so you got Toad. What that's
Yoshi. So
Yoshi's got his fucking own game. Like,
that's if you're gonna keep your catalog small, make sure you have quality characters because that's what Nintendo's proved time and time again. They gave us a Raving Rabbids and Mario game that plays like XCOM 2, and it works. That is what when that got announced. I'm sitting there looking at them like Nintendo's lost it. They don't have any hope. There's the end of their company. Whatever. Let's just go and count it down. I'm gonna throw my Switch in the well. But I end up playing it, and then I'm just
pretty fun.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. So this is what we're talking about here with Nintendo. They not only invest in their characters, but they give us risk. They're willing to take these risks and say, hey, like it or love it, the game's gonna work.
Yeah.
And like I want us to be able to see that much innovation from my other favorite two. I want to see it from PlayStation time and time again. I want to see it from Xbox again.
Yeah.
And until we get to that point, Nintendo's gonna keep kicking butt on innovation, on taking those risks. Because they're willing to do so, it pays off it seems to pay off every time for the most part. Not counting that Kid Icarus game.
True. Nintendo, give us a Kid Icarus game.
That's worth it, yes.
Yes.
Now, they did announce, not to overtalk you, man, they did announce that Metroid Prime 4, which is by far the biggest surprise announcement from Nintendo in quite a while. No one was really expecting that to drop. So if they can deliver on that front too, they're talking about another first-party IP that Nintendo is not only dominating in, but I imagine going to be getting the 9s and 10s if they went on the reviews as well.
Yes.
As long as they can deliver.
And see, that's right before Switch came out. We did we did a show. It's Nintendo. I think it's like the first RG episode. It's the fall of Nintendo upon us. That was I think it was one of the first episodes because my expectations for Nintendo was. My expectation was high for them, but I was like, man, I really hope they come out the gate shooting.
You're right.
And what I mean by that is they have to focus on the games. They have to get those characters that they got. We know they got the characters. We know their catalog is good. You have to drop the Switch with some good games. And they end up slowly, but they end up doing it. The good thing is they brought Zelda out as released. I think that's what really took the Switch off.
No, agree. Because even with doing it with the Wii U, they were still able to show off that no matter what, you're getting great content. Yeah. And that's just quality of the game right there, which is what you were talking about. Like making sure that it was a 10 out of 10, which, hey, to Game of the Year, I think they proved it.
Yep. They did a good job with that. Now, I felt like if they would have dropped, my thing was, I was hoping that they dropped Zelda and Mario.
Yeah.
When it first came out. They didn't. But I guarantee you, if they would have done that, I guarantee you Nintendo sales would be higher than what it is now.
No, without a doubt they would have been. I don't think, as someone that go back in my past outside of this, worked at GameStop when the Switch came out. they were selling out like crazy already. So if you would have threw Mario into the wrench, even if they delayed it a couple months and did it in the summer, they wouldn't have had the product ready. I don't think so. I'm glad they spaced it out because it gave them something to do this fall. Because to be honest, there wasn't too much to go out this holiday season, and it's gonna sell like crazy because of it, the systems and the games. But yes, if they would have released it early on, most definitely, man, we would have been looking at 10 million. Those numbers like that.
Yeah, yeah. And you got it's another game they showed during the award show. It started with a B. It's the girl that she has a badass kicking ass woman that she got the gun and she be going around fighting. I think it's like the only rated M game that's on Nintendo.
I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh, I know what you're talking about. Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Yes. They announced the 1 and 2 remasters, right?
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely incredible game.
Yes.
So have you played it before?
I actually got the demo of the old one. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Great. So you know how the combos work and the gunplay. If they can keep that level of chaos and then be able to let me take that wherever I want to go on my Switch portably, that is amazing, man. Especially for 2 full games that are highly recommended by anybody who likes to play fighters, anything. Gosh, I don't want to say arena shooter because that's not completely accurate, but definitely certain sequences, especially boss fights, turn into that.
Yeah, the boss fights is real interesting.
No, without a doubt, especially for Bayonetta series. So go ahead and continue that, and then give us a 3 eventually at E3. I'm reading you, Nintendo. I know what's going to happen here. You're going to show up out of nowhere and drop that Metroid 4 trailer, and be like, oh, that's amazing. How are you going to top that? Bayonetta 3, boom, big numbers, big titties on the screen. It's all going down.
Bouncing around, shooting people.
They ain't ready, bro. They ain't ready. They're gonna be shooting nipple guns out and everything, man. It's gonna be crazy.
True. Now, speaking of that, isn't that one of the AAA? Ain't that one of the AAA exclusives? Bayonetta is not on any other console, I don't think.
I'm trying to remember. I think it might have been on 360. I think so. I need to double check that, to be honest. I feel like the first one definitely might have. And then I think 2 went exclusive to Nintendo. That's why I need to double check that. I'm gonna do that while we talk.
Okay. I think that's really about it, man. But I feel like, man, Nintendo's doing a really good job this year. I'm interested to see how next year plays out, because next year is gonna play out a little bit like this after this commercial break. Oh, wait, before the commercial break. Oh shit, it was not an exclusive. It was on Xbox 360. Was it Bayonetta 1?
Yeah, 1. And I think 2 was exclusive on Nintendo after that. And on the
because that was a Sega. Sega made it.
Originally? Oh, yeah, it's the dev. Yeah.
It's a Sega one. Man, after this, you don't want to miss out on the next episode. We're going to be talking Sega. And we're going to be talking about something else I just had. I took my tongue. I was going to go into details about. You don't want to miss it. Let's go. Cut this one just so we have that line.
No, you're good.
But this one, Sega, about Sega making games and sharing out some of their shares and stuff. I spoke about this on a couple episodes, but talking a little bit more about Sega. And will Sega make a comeback?
Oh, okay.
And it was something else I was just going to talk about right before I ended it. Fuck me, it'll come back to me. Fuck it, it'll come back to me. Sega definitely though. What's good, world? It's World Mastermind. We back. RGTV. Special guest in the building.
We got Lando here, representing for the gamer side of things.
Yeah, man. Hey, get used to him. People, get used to him. We talking Sega, man. Now, this quick show, man. We talking about Sega. People are like, what Sega? Why are they talking about Sega? Sega is nothing.
2017.
What you talking about? Now it's pretty hype out there in the YouTube, man. The YouTube fanboys and everything, man. Talking about Sega remaking, or no, not Sega remaking. Sega coming back with a new console. Not too sure about how that would actually work out. But remember when Sega fell, and now we're starting to see a lot of games. Well, we've been starting to see. Especially the games, I'm pretty sure they know. A lot of the Sega games end up splitting their games and going out to Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. Last show we was talking about, what's the name of the game? Bayonetta?
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta was made by Sega. So, and same thing like Sonic and other Sega games. But if Sega make a comeback, that'd be real good for competition. But I don't think. I feel like Sega couldn't really make a comeback.
In the console market or in the games?
In the console market.
Okay, gotcha.
Because that's real big in YouTube. There's a bunch of people talking about, ooh, Sega may come back with a new console. Because, you know, Atari's coming back with a console.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure about that either. But how do you feel about a lot of the games Sega make? And what if Sega was to come back with the new hardware? Then you're looking at Microsoft, Xbox X, PlayStation 4. We'll probably get 5, probably 2020 or 2019. They'll probably announce it 2018. You're looking at Nintendo Switch, still doing good. And now you're looking at Sega new console and you're looking at Atari. That's 5 people in the arena.
Right.
That'd be good for the gaming culture.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you feel about Atari coming out with a new console and the Sega? If Sega was to come out with a new console.
I appreciate what Atari's offering. I'm interested in what they're offering. I can't wait to hear more. That's where I'm at with Atari right now. Just because I know they're into it doesn't mean I know I'll be into it. So go ahead and give me some specs. Let me know what we're looking at as far as quality. Because if they're teasing me a new console and they're just going to give me the Atari 2600 again, then I'm going to be good. You know, I don't want to play any Pitfall right now. So go ahead and work on, if you're going to actually take that step back into the market and then actually do your own games as first-party developer as well, then just make sure that you're ready out the gate. I don't need any hesitation. I don't need to give us 3 months or a year to get some games out there so you can play them, because it's not going to sell. That's not how it's going to work. As someone new on the market against juggernauts in the competition. They already killed you once. You don't need to be killed twice. Not everybody can come back. So that same thought process goes to Sega as well, with any of the people thinking about theories. Sega has the games behind it. They have the first-party teams behind it. If they can get back some of their older titles, if they can bring back Jet Set Radio or Shimumi, or sorry, so bad with Japanese. Any of those classics, like they already announced for the third one of those for the PlayStation recently at E3. So if they're willing to go ahead and partner with PlayStation and do like a side-by-side exclusive release thing with their eventual console, that'd be fantastic for gaming. Because competition breeds innovation, and that's what I want. I don't want people to get complacent. I don't want plateaus in my gaming consoles. That's what I feel like the PlayStation 4 Pro was just a little bit of a hesitation to release the latest and greatest, because they don't want to put out the 5, so they're going to go ahead and do that. So if Sega and Atari can go ahead and bring it together and give us not only another great console, but the next step, then they can go ahead and take over the market again like they used to in the late 80s and early 90s.
Now, for them to win, do you think they would have to focus on graphics or games?
Because of that nostalgic name, I think they could get away with not having great graphics, as much as like the newer systems. That being said, they need both. They need both. As a company that not only died on the console front, but then some of them died on the gaming front too, as far as releasing games every year, or at least signing off their properties. They're going to need to make a big splash. And you can't do that without quality gaming systems and games.
True. But to see one of those little spaceship things flying around looking real, in VR.
Hey, that's a thought right there.
And the way technology is running, I feel like Sega and Atari could really touch into the market, man, with some new technology. Maybe a solid state hard drive, maybe a little VR, actual VR that don't hurt your eyes.
Right. Give them quality.
That would be pretty. That would be a couple ideas I think Atari and Sega can look into, if you're talking about entering in the ring, like you said, with juggernauts. If you're gonna enter the ring with juggernauts, you gotta come with it. At least some type of technology that these consoles don't have. Some type of ideas that these consoles is not giving or showing us. You gotta come with it. Oh, we live on the screen and they still calling. What's up? Got people calling in. But you gotta come with it, man, if Sega or Atari jump into something like that. Jumping in, talking about Call of Duty.
Okay.
We spoke about this last time on Anchor. If you're jumping in the midst of the show, We was just talking about Atari. We was just talking about Sega. But now we're gonna jump on over to some Call of Duty.
Okay.
World War II. Man, the DLC 1. I'm pumped about it. You're a Call of Duty fan.
Yes.
We spoke about a little bit of this before. They will be announcing more details about the DLC 1 in January. What are your expectations for the DLC 1? You can start off with multiplayer, then kind of go from there.
Well, first, let me give a shout out to Sledgehammer Games here, and maybe Activision, maybe we have to talk. But so thank you, shout out, thank you for giving us a free map. Thank you for giving us options to get free weapons, because that is something I never thought I would see from a Call of Duty game. This is very generous and a nice way to get people hooked into getting either a season pass or a map pack because of getting used to having things that you won't be able to have anymore. Now, all that said, the excitement for it, I'm a little hesitant because of past experiences. That Infinite Warfare DLC was a little disappointing in my eyes. I didn't appreciate it as much as I had in past games. And not to mention Ghost, which is even further back in the past. But the fact that we're boots to ground, as they like to say over and over again. I found a love for Call of Duty I haven't had since the
Black Ops 1 maybe.
The Be Real Black Ops 1. Yeah, that's actually right on the button, man. It's good to have that urge to hop online with your friends and play some domination or some war. Which another shout out that's a great addition for the game as well for anyone who likes to play objective. So. Shout out to them for doing that first and foremost. But yes, to answer your question finally, I am excited about the DLC. I want to know what they're going to be able to put out past the free maps and the guns they've been showing off. So I'm a little hesitant to pick it up immediately, but once I get a little bit more details in January, I think me, along with most of the gaming, or I should say Call of Duty fans out there, are going to be a little bit more interested once we get some details.
Yeah. Now, do you usually buy the season pass normally for the Call of Duty games?
After getting burnt in the past with Infinite Warfare, or not Infinite Warfare, I'm sorry, with, what came between Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare?
Advanced Warfare?
Advanced Warfare, thank you. After getting burnt with that, because I spent the $50 on that day one, I decided to take a break with buying them immediately. So that's why I don't have it right now. But in the past, most definitely. I was normally I'm paying for the game and the season pass because I know I'm going to be there throughout the entire year anyway. But because of how I was burnt in the past, I decided to take a break this year, see what was coming out. And so far, that's why I started with a thank you. It looks like Sledgehammer and Activision actually have a bit of a consumer-friendly vision this time around. They're not only catering to the people who are just going to buy it day one blindly like I do or did, but they can also cater to the people who are iffy on it and give them a little taste of what to expect, which is pretty huge for them.
True. I usually buy the season pass a little bit as soon as the DLC 1 come out. But you didn't like Advanced Warfare?
Not the DLC, not as much as previous ones. I enjoyed the map selection. I enjoyed having new stuff, but it wore off quickly for me. That was the issue with it.
Gotcha. Now, like you spoke about boots on the ground, and now we're starting to get with the DLCs. Now we got boots on the ground. These DLCs are going to be a lot more interesting because, again, it's boots on the ground. So we were so used to seeing DLCs with, hey, now you can jump off this cliff with a jetpack and you running off the wall, running to this other building. Like stuff was happening. And I think it was on one of the Black Ops series to where when you playing and half of the map blows up, you have to make it across the other side of the map. Stuff was actually happening in the map. I don't think they don't do that in World War II, but if they bring that back with the DLCs, I think that'll be a plus.
No, agreed.
That would be a plus. And jumping off into zombies. I'm a big zombie fan. I was tell you how this Call of Duty is so good because I was a big zombie fan. All of the Call of Duties, but these zombies I really don't play too much because I'm so busy playing Team Deathmatch. And I used to be a big fan of Team Deathmatch back in the day. But I was like, man, I'm tired of Team Deathmatch.
No, you're tired of people running on walls, bouncing off, doing a trick shot 360 and headshotting you. That's what I was tired of.
That was tight. And I can do it every now and then.
But it's not Call of Duty.
True.
And if I want to do that, then guess what I'm playing? I'm playing Halo, I'm playing Titanfall, I'm playing these games that do it and then do it better. But
True.
what I want from Call of Duty are those experiences back on MW1, those experiences in Black Ops 1, even Modern Warfare 2. Like those days of hopping online with your squad and trying to take care of business, which I think was lost when it became the arcadey like shootout that Black Ops 3 inspired, and then Advanced Warfare, in my opinion, kind of ruined. Now that being said, I know that's just my opinion, but yeah.
Yeah, I liked the futuristic stuff, but after playing World War II, having the boots on the ground, I'm a lot better in team deathmatch versus this Call of Duty versus Advanced Warfare and the last Black Ops that came out, because it was more futuristic.
Right.
I like the futuristic stuff. But I was a little afraid for this Call of Duty at first because me and my homie, we was like, man, they gonna have the bolt guns, it's gonna be slow on all that. After playing that shit, that shit is pretty tight.
No,
Even the bolt guns and the automatic guns, it's pretty cool, man. So this Call of Duty, they, like you said, thank you for the free map. Right? That's the first time Activision or Slughammer actually did that.
Right.
They started it with, I think what inspired them to do that was on Black Ops 3 when they re-released the DLC 5.
Right. No, that
was it DLC? Yeah, it was DLC 5. And they re-released when they brought out a DLC 5 that gave us extra content or remade those old zombie maps. I think that inspired this new Call of Duty to like, okay, let's continue to add on. We gave them 4 DLCs. Let's give them something for free and then continue to expand the game.
Right.
Because it was an update file for Black Ops 3 not too long ago, the other day. Like, they're still updating game, patching stuff, which is pretty good. So I feel like with World War II, that first DLC gonna be pretty good, and I feel like we're gonna get more than just 4 DLCs.
Right.
Now I'm excited to see the DLCs for the zombies, but like I said, I don't play too much of the zombies now because I'm so stuck into Team Deathmatch. Because of the boots on the ground, it's pretty fun. But I'm very excited to see what they're gonna do for zombies.
Right.
And this, have you played the zombie mode yet?
No, actually, same reason.
Oh.
Same reason. While I am into zombies, especially back in the World at War days, like heavy. No, I haven't played on it yet because of how much I'm into the multiplayer. That hardcore mode, you get me on Team Deathmatch, Search and Destroy, Domination, doesn't matter. I'm gonna be playing that. Yeah. So and until I get bored or until I feel like I've leveled up and done everything I want to do, I'll probably put off playing zombies for now. That being said, it doesn't stop me from getting invitations all the time because apparently people are having a good time on it.
Yes. I played the zombie mode and one time because I'm a big war fan. That's really much all I play on the war and capture the flag. I'm a big war fan. I love the war mode. But the zombie mode is pretty fun. The zombie is fun, but it's not better than war. Shout out to the war mode. But the zombie mode, man, these zombies, they made this one a lot more scarier, which is very interesting. It's no longer like, we walking, scary music, kill the zombies. No, this zombies, you walking, scary music. Oh shit, get off me. Like the zombies actually pop up in your face and they actually doing shit. Like this zombies is a lot more intense. Yeah. That's pretty cool. But I'm interested to see where they're going to go with the DLC with zombies and really patch up. Because you notice on this Call of Duty, they haven't really been touching on zombies a lot. Hey, you got a message from PlayStation. They not really touching on this zombies a lot. Right. Because they've been mostly promoting the Team Deathmatch and the headquarters and all that. They just now updated, the first update patch for zombies. Right. Just went out. Okay. So, I mean, they're kind of late on that. Yeah. But it's pretty cool though, because that fixed a lot of the bugs in zombies that we was having before. But I'm very excited to see what is DLC 1 gonna be, and the campaign mode. Have you played the campaign mode yet?
The first mission was insane, but no, I haven't. Once again, when I hop on Call of Duty, I scroll down, multiplayer, let's hop into headquarters, get my ribbons going, or not ribbons, what are they called in here? Quests?
Contracts.
Contracts, yeah, that's it. Go ahead and do that, get my 45 kills, get my supply drop. It's just a habit now. So I haven't knocked it out all the way yet. Yeah. But going back to zombies right quick, I will say I'm happy to see them get a little bit more serious with it, just because all the complaints about the previous 2 games, if I'm not mistaken, the lighthearted approach they took.
Yes.
They were a little bit more comical, which is good. It was entertaining. They had a lot of guest features, some celebrity cameos. That was nice. Something they've done in the past as well, pretty well. Yeah. But it's good to get back to what originally got us into this, which is that world at war type feel, mm-hmm. which was watching your back, making sure your friends were good in every area, and everything was bordered, and that's what you're looking for in your zombie experience. I don't really need neon lights and disco to have a good time.
True. You're talking about the last zombie.
I'm talking about that space lane, shots fired.
That believe it or not, man, that Call of Duty I actually skipped.
Okay.
That I actually skipped though. It was that zombies when I first seen it, I was like, oh yeah, I want that. When it first came out, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about the season pass. I didn't want to pay I didn't want to pay $59, then pay $49 for a DLC.
Nah, that's what I'm saying, man. Advanced Warfare really made me sour on those. Like, as far as investing in DLC without waiting to see what was announced.
Yeah.
I was blindly having faith, and it paid off most of the time. Like, I didn't have any issues, but that one in particular was just like, wait a second, I spent $50 on this, and I only enjoy 2 of the maps, and I don't care about any of the other content. So I'm just sitting here with my hands up, like, I wonder what I could have spent that money on. Huh. That new Far Cry looked pretty good. Yeah. So, if you ever have to go back and have that thought process, then that means there may have been something to miss when it comes to that season pass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And speaking about the old Call of Duty Ghosts, I just thought about it. Ghosts is actually a season pass I actually skipped out on. I skipped out on that one too. I got Ghosts, but I skipped out on the season pass. But we was talking about a free map. They did give a free map away.
For what?
On Ghosts.
Which one?
It was when Ghost first came out. It was a free map they gave us. It was like it was temporary. Then they
so kind of like this one is, where it's like 30 days. Like okay, gotcha.
Then they brought it back out and added on to like an extra one of the DLC. One of the extra DLC was part of the DLCs, but they brought it back out. But if you got the game on day 1 or something, you put the code in, you get to have the stage.
Okay.
I just remembered that.
Oh, Free Fall.
Yeah,
Free Fall. That was the name of the map.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That was a free map. Mm-hmm. So Call of Duty have done this before. I just remembered that. But Ghost, that one's pretty good too, man. But I skipped out on. I didn't like the alien.
Yeah, no, I get that. They want to be different, which once again, I won't fault you for being different. If you want to give me something different and new, and I don't like it, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But it's when you start giving me the same old crap, and no one really likes it, but you still keep on doing it. That's the issue there. So. Yeah. I guess another shout out to Infinity Ward on that one, right, for Ghost? I think so. Infinity Ward for taking that risk and trying to mix up the zombie formula. It was a good game. It was enjoyable to a degree, but it didn't land like all the other ones did.
Yeah.
So Ghost is it has its highs and its lows for sure.
True. Ghost is another one that was more like boots on the ground, but it went completely boots on the ground. It was one that was like right in the middle. But to me, Ghost was, it was pretty decent, man. It wasn't that bad as I say the industry painted to be.
Right.
Ghost is predicted, was actually saying to be one of the worst Call of Duties. Mm-hmm. I have to disagree with that. I like the Ghost. Ghost was alright. It wasn't that bad. I like the dog the most part.
Right, no. The story was cool.
Yeah, great little dog. That was pretty cool.
They got a little bit more serious, man. They went from they still had the big set pieces and those big explosions, but they went from focusing on that. They went from basically, I guess, Transformers to something a little bit more heartfelt. Talking about movies here. Yeah, so like shout out for making a story that I was emotionally invested in. It felt more like a Battlefield story than the action-packed blockbuster that Michael Bay would be jacking off to.
True.
That ain't PG. But yeah, man, I'm glad that we're past that point. I'm glad they're taking that risk once again.
True. Any more feedback on this new World War II before we hop off and actually go play it?
Yeah, good point. Okay, so Sledgehammer Games, there's a heartfelt conversation from one Call of Duty fan to another. Please continue the success that you've had with Call of Duty.
True.
But do not get big-headed. Do not lose your humbleness. I need you to come at me as a legitimate person, a legitimate company, and give me the experiences in the gaming, DLC that we want and expect out of Call of Duty. So, quality maps.
Yes.
Tested. so that the cheat spots are already taken care of. I don't need any of the bugs. Like,
Yes.
just go ahead and
No
make sure you
bugs.
do your due diligence and your R&D. That way, when it drops out here, instead of me having to hesitate like I have been doing, I can go ahead and pay day one with no doubt in my mind that this is going to be the shit.
Yes. Yes. That is all the greatest things we have to say about Call of Duty. Call of Duty was great, man. If y'all online, you want to give them your game tag?
Huh? I guess so. Big Scary Wombat on PlayStation. Feel free to look me up. I'd hop on a lot of multiplayer games. We can do some co-op depending on what you're into. But yeah, look me up on there. My Xbox right now is disabled. I'll get one later on this year, and I'll be sure to hit you with that next time.
Not sure who's doing all that fucking banging, but hey, this shit is live,
Hey,
man.
we put in work, man. We put in work. About the builder in the house.
Bob the Builder. Shout out to Bob the Builder, man. I see you, man. Hey, man, we out this thing, man. It's your boy Mastermind, man, and my boy
Lando the Lost.
Yeah, we in here, man. Y'all check out the shows everywhere. And peace. Until next time. That was a good cut. Now, I forgot to wear my hat, man. I went Scully, man. Went live on the show. I ain't even get to show off the hat, man.
Next time.
Show off the hat, man. This the Twitch, man. That's why we going live on Twitch,
What's
man.
going on, y'all?
Yeah, man. Hey, man, we're gonna be playing some Call of Duty. Can y'all see the logo, man? Who is this? Battery low. Oh. We're gonna be playing some Call of Duty pretty soon, but you just got your first live. This is the first time I did the podcast on Twitch.
Okay.
Live.
Okay.
So
It's
first time live on Twitch with the podcast live show. Follow me here. Follow me on Twitter, Master23Man, and we're finna go play some Call of Duty, man. See you there. If you don't see me on Call of Duty, I'll probably be playing some Assassin's Creed. Either one. But I am gaming. Peace.